For our short practice today, I recommend 2 blocks, a strap, and if you have a wall, a wall. So you have tight hamstrings. Let's practice some yoga to help ease that tension in your hamstrings and get you feeling a little more loose. So to start out, we're going to find a supported bridge pose. So you're going to bring the soles of your feet onto the mat, your knees are bent. You're going to take a block, if you have a block. You're going to take a block, lift up off the mat, and place that block right underneath your sacrum. You can open your arms out to a T for a moment here. And just notice how it feels in your lower back. Sometimes our hamstrings are tight, and our hips and our lower back are overcompensating. Good, now from here you can walk your feet out a little further apart, and then bring your knees to touch. Again, notice how your lower back feels. From here, maybe you windshield wiper your legs side to side. Just for a moment. Then you can walk your feet back into hip width apart. Now, if you have that strap, you're going to extend your right leg long, but take the strap under the ball of your foot and just start to gently straighten your leg, flex your foot, and maybe you start to draw your knee a little closer towards your head. Just stay here for a few breaths. Good, now we're going to release the strap from that foot and take it behind the other. Start to straighten that leg, flexing through the left foot. Make sure you're not pulling hard on the straps here. Once that leg is straight, if your leg is straight, you can start to bring your knee a little closer to your nose. Breathing here. Good, now let's take both feet up. So we're in a variation on a supported shoulder stand. Maybe you point your toes, flex your feet. Notice how it feels in your hamstrings now. You can always stay longer in these poses if you'd like. Good, now you can rebend into your knees, release the straps, lift up off that block, slide the block away, and lower back down. Now take a moment here, notice any sensations in your lower back. Now maybe you windshield wiper your legs side to side here, notice any difference now versus when we first started. Great. Now maybe you extend your legs again. Notice how your hamstrings feel when you're doing this here on your own without the support of the blocks or the strap. Good. You can stay there, or if you'd like, maybe you have a wall nearby, you can come into legs up the wall. Noticing again any sensations in your lower back, in your hamstrings, maybe even in your hips. Relax your shoulders. We're not even worrying about them right now. Good, we'll come out of legs up the wall and make our way to tabletop. Bring your knees out wide, bring your toes to touch, sink your hips back towards your heels, extend your arms long, draw your heart towards the mat, find child's pose. So heart draws down, maybe your forehead touches down. Good, and then press yourself back up. Now from here, you can extend your right leg long and then step that foot forward. Now, maybe you need to step it outside of the right hand, or you can bring the foot straight in between. If you have those blocks, you're going to keep them near the top of your mat. You can even stand them up a little higher if your hamstrings are really tight, you might need to. Good, from here, we're going to lift up and place your hands on your hips here in this variation of low lunge, and just start to rock back and forth. Back and forth here. Notice how your hips feel. Good, and then you can bring your hands down. Maybe you start to straighten that leg. Lean back. Think of cat-cow here, so maybe this is your cat. And this is your cow as you lift up through your chest, hips back, chest lifts. Couple more. Good, just breathe into that hamstring. Good, then inhale, reach your arms high. As you exhale, fold over the front leg. Now here's where your blocks come in handy. You're gonna shift your hips back over that back knee, and then start to straighten the right leg. Flexing the right foot. Now notice what's happening in the hamstring. Here it may be a little tighter. Now you want to keep your spine long, keep your chest lifted. If you want to check for more space in your half split, point your toes, slide your heel forward, and then flex into your foot again. But keep your spine long. Good, we're really getting into those hamstrings today. Good, a couple more breaths here. Great, and then we're going to make our way back to low lunge. So bending into the front knee, reaching your arms high, folding over the front leg, step that back, knee back, maybe shift your hips side to side here. Good, getting close to the end. Maybe those hamstrings are already starting to feel a little better. Extend your left leg long. Then step your foot in between your hands, just as we did before. And then lift up, maybe place your hands on your hips. Gently begin to rock back and forth into that hip. Notice what's happening in the front of the right leg as you do. Good, and then the hands come down. We start to shift back and forth here. Lifting the chest, bending the knee, sending the hips back, straightening the leg. Good, so here's your cow. Here's your cat. A couple more. Loosening up that left hamstring, back of your leg. Good. Now, reaching your arms high, fold over the front leg, and once again, we're shifting your hips back. Spine stays long. Think about lifting up through your upper chest, and then start to straighten that left leg, flexing through the left foot. Once again, if you want to try to find more space, point the left toes, slide the heel forward, and then flex your foot again. Good, notice the difference. Again, this is a bit more intense, perhaps, than when we were rocking back and forth. Good, and then re-bend into that foot. You can place the blocks back at the top of the mat. Framing the left foot. Tuck the right toes under, lift the right leg. Step the right foot to meet the left, so you're in a forward fold. Now this is intense in the hamstrings. You can bend into your knees as much as you need to rest your belly on your thighs. And then start to straighten the legs. Maybe you get there, maybe you don't. This is the final hamstring stretch in this short 10-minute flow. As you inhale, find a halfway lift. As you exhale, fold. Couple more. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, reach your arms high. Exhale, palms together. That's heart center and a gesture of gratitude. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for taking the time to listen to your body and give it a little extra love. See you next time. Be well.